Now we are going to read paragraph number 5 and 6. A young officer noticed a small woman sitting on the ground. She was thin and hungry looking. She got to her feet as he approached, and with a shock of surprise, sudden astonishment, he realized that she was a foreigner. Are you mad? He said. Who are you? We are refugees trying to re-sign. She said simply. Her Chinese was excellent, although she was small like own countrywoman and her hair dark. He knew she was a foreigner. This will soon be a battlefield, he said wearily. Are you in charge of these children? He asked. Yes, I am in charge of them. We were trying to cross the river, she said. He looked at her directly. She was quite a young woman. Her dark hair was scraped back into a bun, her clothes old and soiled. There were dark circles under her eyes, and her face had a sallow, unhealthy look. You are a foreigner, he inquired. Yes, I am a foreigner. For a foreigner, you choose a strange occupation, he said suspiciously. So here we are going to end our paragraph number 5 and 6. Paragraph number 5 and 6, here we find the climax of the story. The officer meets a woman. And who is this? Yes, this is Gladys Aylward. In paragraph number 5, in the very first line, we find the discovery of the woman. And who is this woman? Yes, this is Gladys Aylward. As the officer continues observing the children and the river bank, he notices a small person sitting on the ground. She appears to be thin and in poor condition. The description, like hungry looking, suggests she may be exhausted, ill, or injured, adding to the atmosphere of hardship. Then she got to her feet as he approached, and with a shock of surprise, he realized that she was a foreigner. Are you mad? He said. Who are you? Now, what has happened? A surprising realization for the officer. As the woman stands up to speak with him, the officer is shocked to realize she is a foreigner. This is unexpected, especially a war zone where mostly local civilians are found. So his surprise is strong enough that he blurts out emotionally, Are you mad? Who are you? This reaction reflects both confusion and concern, and he can not understand why a foreigner woman would be in such a dangerous place. So what further happens? We are refugees trying to re-sign, she said simply. Her Chinese was excellent, although she was small like own countrywoman and her hair dark. He knew she was a foreigner. So her calm and clear response. The woman responded calmly and simply, saying, We are refugees trying to re-sign. This shows her composure and hints at her purpose. She and the children are fleeing danger. They are not the enemies, they are actually fleeing danger, trying to get to Sign, not known as Zion, a city in China likely seen as safer at that time. Then, this will soon be a battlefield, he said warily. Now, we see the officer notices that her Chinese is excellent, showing that she is well integrated or has lived in China for some time, even though she has features similar to Chinese women. She is small and has dark hair, and he can still tell she is not Chinese, confirming her foreign origin through more subtle cues, possibly her facial structure, accent. Then what he says, this will soon be a battlefield, he said wearily. Are you in charge of these children? He said. Yes, I'm in charge of them. We were trying to cross the river, she said. So, impending danger. Officer is basically telling her the impending danger. This will soon be a battlefield. This reflects his exhaustion and the grim reality of war. He knows the area is about to be consumed by conflict, and he is warning her indirectly of the danger. Then what he says that, are you in charge of these children? He asked. Yes, I'm in charge of them. We were trying to cross the river Sign, she said. So here what we find, again, conflict that we find over here, that he is basically clarifying his responsibility. He asked if she is in charge of these children, so trying to understand who is leading this group of vulnerable civilians. She confirms, yes, I am in charge of them. We were trying to cross the river. So this shows her sense of responsibility and courage. She is not just accompanying the children, but leading them, trying to get them to safety. Are you in charge of these children? Yes, I'm in charge of them, and we were trying to cross the river. He looked at her directly. She was quite a young woman. Her dark hair was scrapped back into a bun, her clothes old and soiled. Soiled means dirty or stained. There were dark circles under her eyes, and her face had sallow, unhealthy look. Sallow means pale and unhealthy look, that is unhealthy complexion. So, in this paragraph, we not only find the physical description of the woman, but we also find the conflict on the part of the Gladys and the children struggling against war, danger, exhaustion to reach safety. When the officer sees that or studies her more closely, the woman, I'm talking about the woman, that when the officer was studying her more closely, he sees she is very young woman, tied up penance, and her hair is scrubbed back and her clothes are dirty. She had dark circles under her eyes and her face looks swallow. Swallow means pale or sickly color. These details visually portray the toll that stress, exhaustion, and hardship have taken on her. She has clearly been struggling for some time, likely on a long, dangerous journey. You are a foreigner? He inquired. Yes, I am a foreigner. Now, officer questions her identity in this line. What he says, he confirms her identity with a direct question. You are a foreigner? She replies without hesitation, yes, I am a foreigner. This shows her honesty and possibly even pride in her role despite being an outsider. Then she says, you are a foreigner? He inquired, yes, I am a foreigner. For a foreigner, you choose a strange occupation, he said suspiciously in a distrustful or questioning manner. So, suspicion from the officer. Again, there is a conflict whether to help them or to be suspicious or to be very cautious. The officer responds, for a foreigner, you choose a strong occupation. Now, the tone of a officer is suspicious, possibly even slightly accusatory. He finds it unusual, even unbelievable, that a foreign woman would choose to stay behind in a war zone to care for children. And who are these children? These are the Chinese children. This reflects the cultural and political tension of the time. Foreigners were often distrusted and few would risk their life for a foreign cause.